All right, so here's what's happening. Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday night, November 11th, 11/11/21. And it's a great night. We've got a special guest here that's going to share some good things with you and talk about the most important aspect of our business, which is building and advertising and marketing and getting traffic to your page. And right now is a really good time to do that during the holiday season. So let's welcome to the call one of our MSI's Master System Instructors, Mr. Peter Morley, from all the way out there on the almost West Coast in the great state of Utah. Microphone's yours, buddy. Take it away.
Okay, there we go. Okay, thank you, Niall. Yeah, and yeah, I'm all the way out here in Utah. I live really close to Rory, by the way. I think I'm 10 minutes away from Rory at the most. Pretty interesting. But anyway, what I wanted to go over tonight was something that I've been hearing through the week on, in my team, and it's about indirect marketing and soft marketing, right? And how do we do that? And I think that's a pretty important part of what we do, because when we're indirect marketing, we're soft marketing. I like to call it soft market, right? Because you're not just saying, hey, buy this from me in your face, this, that, or the other, right? You're just sharing with people what you have acknowledged and what you have found. And so this has to do with our holiday pages. I have two favorite ways to indirect market, and I'm going to share with you both ways tonight. Okay, one is indirect. The other one is super soft, but I love it. And my first one, I'm going to share screens right now, and this is going to be my. Let's see if I can bring this up. Can you guys see that?
Good job.
You can see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my 5 favorite gifts that I have, right? And so obviously I'm going to start out with, the wine, Sonoma Napa Valley. And I'm going to explain just a little blurb about what I think is great about this. It's, perfect wine, it's craft wine, so on and so forth. I do say wine ambassador in here, which I don't, we don't have to say. A lot of times Rory says do not do that, but in this page I thought it would be appropriate, okay, because I'm actually talking about wine ambassador and the wine. Now my next one is the QB54, but what my whole point of this page is that I've got my 5 gifts in here, and I know I'm scrolling up and down a little quick because I've written this page. I know what it's about, but I've got 5 gifts in here that I think are relevant for the holiday seasons. Now, what's so great about this is that not only can I put this out in the classifieds, right? And I do. I put these out in the classifieds, and I make sure everybody's aware of them. I choose different categories. I choose the gifts and novelties. I choose the announcements. I choose a lot of different categories that I think are relevant to put these out in the classifieds. But also, when it's available, and we've all seen this, is I share this on Facebook and just say, hey, take a look at these 5 great gifts for the holidays that I think are going to be amazing. Okay, we've got the redneck lipstick, we've got the churros. Okay, and so my whole point is that I want everybody to really understand how relevant a soft or a indirect market direction can be, because we can go both ways with it, the classifieds and social media. Pinterest would be great for this, right, you guys? And obviously Instagram and Facebook, obviously, but this is a way to drive not only drive shares and likes, but to drive traffic to your website. Okay. So when we post this on classifieds, we're driving traffic to our websites, right? When we post it on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest or whatever, we're hopefully getting shares and likes where we're getting different traffic from different people, right? We don't know who's going to see this. And so once you get those shares and likes in the indirect soft marketing, you're going to be getting a lot of different traffic to your websites. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to, the other page I wanted to share with you is my other way of soft marketing is a recipe page. So I hope you can see my lamb chops and Merlot. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So I think this is an amazing way to post things on social media, because people right now, people are looking for different recipes. Maybe this isn't the best recipe for the holidays, but it's a great recipe. But people are always looking for new recipes. I think Peter and Shar were talking about that last night, is that, you know, this time of year, people are just looking for different types of things and different types of recipes to share with everybody or to make themselves. And so once you get into, you know, this lamb chop and Merlot recipe took me like 15 minutes to write. Okay. And it's not super long. I still have a little bit of stuff that I want to do in here, but I am going to be referencing not only wine ambassadors in here. So my Merlot right here is going to be, that link is going to go right to Wine Ambassador, right? And also I'll do the About Merlot here. That's going to go right to Wine Ambassador. I didn't know. Yeah, that was a bad one. And then at the very bottom, and I haven't finished this page, but at the bottom, I'm going to start with our wine accessories page, right? I'm gonna mention that down there too. So now I'm cross marketing. I'm putting a recipe out there that people can share and they can like, and then we're getting more exposure, and they're also going to have access to go to our to the Wine Ambassador, as well as help me. What's it called?
The cork spin.
Cork spin. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that. Cork spin. So, you know, we're going to reference cork spin in here, and we're going to let them go to there. So my whole point is that, you know, this soft marketing is really, really good at this time of year, because people are just looking for recipes, they're looking for gifts, and if they don't like them, they're going to share and they're going to like, right? And it's not in your face. And that's why I really like what we're doing here. So, or what I'm doing. I mean, that's kind of it for me. What I was hoping to do is, if anybody's got any questions, then, you know, let's start a question and answer thing at this point. So, because that's all I got.
You can stop your screen share, Peter, and then we can see everybody, and then you can have them raise their hands.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that at this point. Stop share. There we go. There we go.
All right, perfect. So everybody should know how to raise their hands, right? If you're not and you're new, look down below. You see the little smiley face reactions, and you click on there. It'll say raise hand.
So it looks like Richard and Jane Duem. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, I think Kathy Ashby is first. The other little smiley face.
That's okay. I can wait. I'm not. I'm very giving, Jane. If you want to go first, Cindy. Go ahead.
Okay. They were looking out for you, Kathy. I couldn't get unmuted. Peter, thank you. These are some excellent ideas for you to share with us. I want to ask, when you do your advertising in the classified ads, do you advertise the individual products in addition to your holiday blog? Or how do you advertise?
Okay, great question. I love that. Yes, I do both. One thing I'm gonna answer that, and then I'm gonna say something else. So yes, I do both. So I advertise my entire holiday page, and I have multiple. Okay, I have 5 things that I like, and then I have my Christmas things that I like, and so I have multiple pages that I advertise on classifieds. And what I'm trying to explain is that the cool thing is that then I can share that on social media and not be, it's a soft market, right? It's a soft sell. And then when people start liking and sharing, then that just multiplies in my Facebook and my Instagram area, right? Because they're really, a lot of people are either looking at, if we're talking about the lamb chops and Merlot, they're just looking for that page, but they share it with someone, and then someone else sees it, and then they click on the wine ambassador link. I've just got more, I got more looks than I thought I was going to get, because it's just not from the classifieds. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but on your social media, was it the whole Christmas blog or the end? I know you had an individual recipe.
Well, yeah, the recipe, yeah, and I just share it.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay, Kathy.
Okay, I'm actually going to, I'll either teach it or I'll let you teach it, Peter, because I have to share your tidbit of wisdom that would have helped Rory when he was posting classifieds last Saturday. Guys, Peter's a genius when it comes to this. He doesn't let it be known very often, but he taught our team. I don't know, the ones of you that were on Saturday, you know how Roy had a hard time because it kept telling him that he was duplicating his ads. And Peter knows a way around that, because I just posted ads, very similar ads, in classifiedads.com, which is where Roy was. And that's the one you can hit send the ad, and it sends it to Facebook, sends it to LinkedIn, sends it to Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. You could, and it just sends the ad. So it does soft marketing like Peter was talking about. But the key is I posted it in every city in the United States. And I started my heading and I started my definition off with the name of that city. So it made every ad, even though the ads were identical, it made the ad different. And Peter taught us that. So he gets all the credit for this. This is not me, but it's important. And so you take the time to show up on Thursday night, you learn golden nuggets, and that's Peter's golden nugget. So all yours, my friend.
So yeah, and to clarify that, so when I'm nervous about, doing duplicate ads, I will do, hey, Alaska, or hi, California, or California, take a look at this. And then the next one would be Colorado, take a look at this, right? I'm only changing a word or two in that heading, but it's not a duplicate ad at that point, right? And I just, through trial and error, just like we all do, we've all figured different things out. And that's how I get around with duplicate ads. And I think it's a little more personal at that point, where you're saying, hey, Colorado, take a look at this beautiful fine wine business, or these wonderful fine wines. And then the next one is, hey, California, take a look at these fine wines. It just changed the ad just enough to get around that whatever that is, right? That duplicate part. So anyway, okay. So the next one is Tony.
Here I am. Okay, you mentioned a word there that I don't know. Is there any training on how to advertise on Pinterest? Does anyone know?
Not that I know of. And I don't advertise on Pinterest. That's a good question for some of the MSIs here, if they do. I do not. I
do.
just know that a lot of people share recipes on Pinterest, and I think that would be a great place to do it. So
Peter,
Okay, so Linda Horn.
Peter,
go ahead, Linda.
you can attach your Pinterest link to your PBS and advertise your page right from there.
Okay.
That's what I do. I know that Ellen also has a way of going around the long way or whatever. I don't even mess with that. I just advertise right from Pinterest, from my PBS to Pinterest, and it goes right where I need it to go.
Okay, and then one comment on putting the name of the city or the name of the whatever. Once a long time ago, somebody was telling me and was training us in doing things for different countries. I think that's when we were promoting wine to Germany and, wine here and wine there. But we now have so many different countries, it still would work. And that's when you're writing your blog page to a specific country. Put something in there that is specific to that country. Maybe, if you're promoting to Germany, you can talk about the Blue Lagoon something or other and write some information about the castle in Austria and make it very specific for that country. And whoever was talking about it said that they got a lot more positive response on that.
Yeah, so you just get a little more personal with that ad, and all you have to do is change maybe 1 or 2 words in there and you're golden, right? I mean, but hey, advertising is advertising. We don't know. But I mean, I think the consensus is that if you just change a couple different words in there, that you're going to probably get a lot more customers. And I totally agree with it. And I think it's so easy to do. So anyway, okay, Karen, what's up?
On the same topic of the changing the ads, I thought I remembered that it wasn't enough to just change the title. Do you have to change the ad body too? Just a word or two in there, or can you just put the country or the state in the title? Is that enough?
Yeah, and that's an awesome question because it depends on the platform that you're using, number one. And I mess around with it a little bit, but I found that normally if I change 1 or 2 words in the title and then 1 or 2 words in the body, that it usually works out for me. Okay.
Okay.
It really does. It usually does. And it's almost like what Tony was saying is you say, hey, Germany, and then you put some reference in there about Germany. And then at the end of the thing, whatever Germany, then you're going to be golden. You're going to be fine. I mean, it doesn't take that long to come up with that either, right? I mean, it's pretty simple.
Right, because one of the things I've struggled with is I use the classifieds for free because you can put the same exact ad in every state and you can crank out a lot.
Right.
But I don't get as many hits from that platform as I do from some others, but it's more work to come up with so many different ads.
That's exactly why I'm bringing this up, because if you say, hey, Alaska, check out my wine and dine. Hey, California, check out my wine and dine. You've completely changed that ad, completely changed it. Okay. I would go as far as Tony said is on the description, maybe change something in the front or the back of that to be safe, and you should be fine with it. But that's easy to do. That's my whole point. That's so simple to do, right? I mean, you can do that on the fly. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay. Kathy, what's up? Kathy's not listening. Anybody else?
Renee?
I don't know.
Yes, thank you very much. It's kind of for Linda. I remember Linda saying that you could attach your Pinterest to the PBS. Does that Pinterest account have to be a business account if you advertise
No.
with it?
No, mine's my personal Pinterest.
Okay.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I think Linda had a better answer than I did on the Pinterest thing. So somebody else interested. I just actually go because I put a lot of recipes and stuff on there. So I've put links to the wine and dine shows that I'm in and that kind of stuff is what I've done. But I don't know how to actually officially advertise. And I also don't know how to link my webpage, Linda, if you'd like to share that juicy bit of information, because I'm not a techie person. Okay.
All you do, that's okay. All you do is you go back to your dashboard and you go into your profile where you can add your Facebook link, where you can add your LinkedIn, where you can add your Pinterest and add your Pinterest address in there.
I didn't see Pinterest. Thank you very much. I missed that somehow. I've got Facebook stuff on there. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thanks, Linda.
That help, Renee?
Yes, it did. Perfect. And thank you, Peter.
Yeah, so guys, I will tell you, I mean, recipe pages seem like they're really mundane and silly, but my gosh, everybody's looking for recipes. Everybody's liking them. Everybody's sharing them, right? So don't discount how important like a simple recipe page, because you can write a recipe page in what, 5 minutes and put it on your PBS.
The entire food and cooking network didn't get as big as it is for no reason, right?
Exactly. So anyway, okay, so who do we got next?
Kino.
Oh, great. Okay, I'm glad you could see me because I had my hand raised, and I know Peter was asking before if there was anybody else, and I was thinking, well, gee, he doesn't see my raised hand. Anyway, I just had a question about the technique that we've been talking about changing just one thing in the header, or possibly a couple of words in the body to make ads, not be duplicated. And you mentioned classifiedads.com. Now, does that only work on classifiedads.com, or does it work on other free ad sites as well? I'm asking because I've got maybe a dozen or so that I'm using, and they all have different rules and criteria and so forth.
Yeah, and another great question, because every platform has different rules, right? And so we have to kind of figure out what those rules are. So I guess the answer to the question is I don't know exactly. Depends on which platform you're using. What I've done in the past, trial and error, I've got some of my ads kicked out. I've got ads that I just keep going with and no problems. And if you have a problem with one of the platforms that you can't figure out, just go to your instructor. They'll hopefully be able to help you out, if they're using the same one. So I think that's the only answer I really have for that. I hope that helps.
Yeah. Okay. So you yourself are using platforms other than classifiedads.com with the same technique?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And I would try it. If they kick you out, they kick you out.
Okay. Could you maybe give us a list of the ones that you're using it with and where it works?
Where it works.
Yeah.
I'll give it out to the MSIs, and they can.
All right. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Now we got.
All right, Rita.
Hi, I was going to ask Linda about the Pinterest adding thing. Where are you adding it?
I added mine to, if I went into my profile, I added
On what? On
your
Pinterest?
dashboard. No, your dashboard of your PBS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go back there. Now, Shar just sent me a message and said that it's actually a widget now. I don't know, because it still works for me my way, but it may have to be a widget. So that may be something that she's going to have to train on next month.
Okay. Thank
because
you.
I don't, yes, but that's all I still advertise right from my PBS. I just, when I get a page done, I click on my Pinterest and I post an ad. That's how I got all the traffic from LinkedIn, because I clicked on LinkedIn after I got done with the page and it went to ad, and I advertised it right from my PBS.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anisha.
All right, my turn. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I heard Peter saying something about kicking you out of the classified, and I wanted to know, do they like kick your whole account out or just your ad? How does that work? What does he mean by kick you out?
Yeah, very bad choice of words there. They will not kick you out of the entire classifieds. But what they may do is not allow that ad to be published. Okay, so I apologize for that choice of words, but that one ad may not be available to the public if it's a duplicate, if they deem it to be a duplicate. Okay, so but you will, they're not going to kick you out of the entire site. So that's why I say, you guys don't worry about it. Try different things and see what happens. If they say that this is a duplicate ad and we're not going to post it, change it up. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sheila is saying that in chat, Peter, to everybody. They all work. Write your own ads. Modify the entire thing. And then kind of like when you're texting and you don't want to get labeled as a spammer by text out Google Voice, we all like put something different in the beginning, different at the end. First, create your own ad, which is talk about the product. And then every time you post it somewhere, just a couple words in the beginning, a couple words at the end, like Peter's saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just write your own, guys. Don't worry about copying somebody else's. Like there's some kind of favorite that works, because they all work, is what Sheila was saying too. They all work. Just write your own. What if the customer called you and asked you a question? What would be your 10-second explanation of this product that you're trying to represent?
Yeah, thanks for saying that, Sheila, because that is what I tell my entire crew is, you guys, they all work. I mean, the only ad that doesn't work is the one that no one sees, right?
All right.
I can guarantee you that that one doesn't work, period.
And here's something Roy taught me years ago. What would you click on?
Yeah.
What would make you click on it? That's what you want to write.
Yep. Completely makes sense. So
Cool
okay.
beans. All right. 101.5.
Oh my goodness. Hi, I just wanted to throw in something about the posting ads. I noticed that it's US hot ads, or whatever that one ad site that Rory likes to use. It'll let me get away with changing the title for about 10 times, and then it'll say I have a duplicate. But the good thing about it is that you can go back after a couple of days and start reposting again. So even though it says you've posted a duplicate, and it won't post that one ad that you did. Like I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of the ads, I keep track of the links of the ads, and I go back and check on them to see if they're still up and still running. And yeah, sometimes those sites will let you get away with posting like, it's like 10, I think I can get away with doing, and then it'll tag me for a duplicate.
That's great. If you got the time to do that, of course. Like Rory also taught me, just keep posting. I ain't got time to track all this stuff. Just keep posting the words.
I do have
and
one
for
question,
everybody
though.
that didn't understand that joke in the beginning, I said 101.5, and he knew who I was talking to, because Peter, he does a lot of BRT calls with us. He's got that radio voice.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. Okay.
So I call him 101.5. Talk radio. Great voice. Go ahead. Of course, I interrupted you.
Oh no, you're good. The classified ads for free, I think that's the one that's orange. I don't know if anybody has ever had this other issue, but I'll post ads and then I'll go back and some of the ads took and some of the ads are just not there. Does anybody know what the deal is with that?
Do you want me to answer that, or do you want to answer it, Niall?
I'm still thinking the answer. If you already know, go ahead.
I already know. So I think we're talking about classifieds for free, right?
Yeah, whatever one that is, that's orange.
Yeah, I think it's classifieds for free. Now,
Yeah.
that is the easiest posting site I've ever come across, right? It's so simple, and I can post ads. I just one header, one description, and post in all states, all countries, do whatever, just go, and then change categories and keep posting the same ad, right? Are we talking about the same one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Would you advise it to go like I do? Like I look up the top 10 busiest cities per state, and I try to do those cities in each state. I've done a lot of ads over the last couple of weeks, actually.
Yeah, and I love that. I think that's fantastic. I mean, I go through every single state on classifieds for free. And then I go back, and if I like what I wrote, I'll do every single city in every single state at the same time. What I found with classifieds is that classifieds for free is that it's kind of it can be a hot mess at one point, at some points, right? I mean, and that's, I don't even know how to explain this except for it's not the stablest platform that we use, right? So you're going to lose ads. I lost 10,000 ads on this platform at one point, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so we use platforms for a reason, because they work. I get a lot of clicks off of this thing, but I'm always nervous when I use it because I don't know if it's going to be working the next day or not working the next day. We don't have control over that, right?
Right.
We don't have control over that, what's going on there. And so, yeah, it's kind of an unstable platform, but at the end of the day, it's super easy. I can post 50 ads in 30 minutes easily, right? And I love that. Whether they're going to be there the next day, I don't have control over that. Don't have it. Okay, so that's my decision if I want to put ads on there, and if they're going to show up the next day or not, right? And the other thing is that we're not going to have the answers, as you know, anybody here isn't going to have the answers to why didn't your ad show up? Why didn't that take? Why didn't that work? Right? We just don't have the answers, I don't think. Because we don't control those platforms, right?
Right.
Sometimes the easier it is, the faster it gets buried and lost.
Exactly. I got that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, can I throw out one more thing too? I'm sorry. About Pinterest. People that are interested in Pinterest. I use Buffer, and Buffer is kind of a auto posting deal. So I have my Pinterest, my LinkedIn, my Facebook, and my Twitter all connected to what's called Buffer. I think it's an app, it might be a website, but I could post one ad and that will schedule that ad for all of those different sites. So if anybody's interested in doing Pinterest, I would look at doing Buffer, or you can just go straight to Pinterest site and just post your ad there, and it has a spot where you can put your link to your PBS page or whatever.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was Andy that told me about it. Yeah, Andy did a training one time, and he told me about Buffer. And when I went and looked it up, I signed up for it that night.
Okay.
So yeah.
Excellent share. Thank you. And I know Miss Sheila Matcha has something to add to that.
Yeah, the one that the Corsi was talking about, the classified ads, it will not post your ads, like Peter said, if you don't change it up. But I had the same issue with them, and I actually got in contact with them after about 4 months and talked with someone there, and they actually have a rep that works a certain area, that people that pay for ads. So if you post the exact same ad within a certain geographical location between, I think they said 150 to 300 mile radius of where you pinpointed your ad, it won't show up that exact same ad. So that's the classified ads, not the classifieds for free. They're two different ones. So if you go to classified ads and you post from city to city within the same state, if it's within that same agent's realm that he's working, they won't post that ad. So it'll show that it posted, but when you go to look for it, it'll say that you only have 10 when you like, well, I did 100 ads today in that one site. It's because of the geographical location and the mile radius and who's working that particular one.
So I was going to say something like that earlier, Sheila, kind of like Rory saying, I don't got time to track all those ads to go see if they posted. I just keep posting because it all works, right?
Yeah.
So they kind of got the same philosophy where it looks like it went, but somebody went, no, not that one. They just don't tell you about it.
No, they don't tell you. You'll get an email and a
just keep
verification that it
posting.
posted, and it will post, but they still have bots, just like Google has bots. If they see the exact same one within that certain radius, they won't post it. They won't let it show that you posted it. So you'll go in there thinking that you got so many ads, and you look and see how many of your ads are actually working, and it might be half. It might be a third because of the way their geographical location is.
And that's why I said, Peter, I was trying to think about the right way to answer earlier, and I don't want to discourage anybody from going there because it all works, right? You just got to keep getting out there.
It all works.
But every now and then, one will just get rejected, and you won't know it got rejected because they don't have the time to let everybody know that this one got rejected and why. Just like we shouldn't have the time to go tracking all of our ads or worrying about that when we can spend that time on something much more productive.
Just make more phone calls. Just make more.
Yeah, make more phone calls and post
Just
more
make
ads,
more.
guys. I tell my students all the time, if you're not scheduling a day to make ads and a time to post ads, and they're two different functions, not the same. Roy does it in one time in class because of time, but you should have one session a day that you're doing nothing but creating ads. And then you should have another session of where you're posting those ads. You shouldn't be spending, say, oh, I'm going to post ads, and you spend 2/3 of your time creating your template and then the other third just posting your ads. Not saying it's not wasting your time, but it's not productive time. So make sure it's two different sessions that you schedule yourself on your calendar, that you do that. And I heard one guy said he's got like 12 ads he's working. Not to be mean, but that's not enough to go to the different platforms you have. You need to be modifying that and creating it. I know Roy gave access to all the MSIs to his templates. Use those guys, modify them just like you do your own pages, and work every ad site that you have available to you. And then about every couple of weeks, go back and refresh and put them in there again.
And like Peter said, if you have spent some time and created all your templates, and it comes time to do your ad posting, and you're running into an issue with duplicates, subtle little changes in the beginning or in the middle or in the end, a couple words here and there, and there it goes. Let it go. Don't spend a whole lot of time when it's ad posting time.
Exactly. And
So
when you
Peter-
make that, and when you make those subtle changes, guys, copy it and add it to your template, because that's a whole different ad. Even though it's very subtle changes, it's still a different ad that looks different to different platforms. Even changing a picture changes your ad. Changing the title changes your ad. Even reworking those phrases, the same 4 sentences, and just switching them around, making them make more sense here and there, changes your ad. And when you do that, copy it and add it to your template, because it's another ad that you can use in a different site and come back later and post it to the same site that you were in. So every little change that you make to an ad template, even if it's a spare the moment thing, creates a whole different ad. So don't neglect copying your own stuff, and modify your own stuff. It's yours. You created it. Modify it and make a whole new ad with your own words. You might come in and read it one day and have one thing, and come in a totally different day and it's like, oh, I can rework this and make it sound better. Then do it. Make a different ad. That's why you should schedule yourself to have an ad template making day. 1 or 2 times a week. That's what you should concentrate on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take over.
No. This is awesome. I love this stuff. So, and like Niall said earlier, what looks good in your eye is probably going to look good in someone else's eye. So if it looks good when you write it, you're good. You're already done. Don't worry about it. Don't wait a week to get that out there. Wait 2 seconds, 5 seconds. Get it out there. It's done.
Advertising is a funny world. I can just tell you stories from when I first got involved. The first ads, whether it was newspaper, magazine, or on a telephone pole, it didn't matter, because we did all kinds of crazy stuff back then, right? Those first ones look like a kid took a crayon and made it. Unbelievable response from it. So unbelievable response. So many people responded to it. And I was like, why are so many people responding to this flyer or ad? It looks like a kid wrote it with a crayon. I don't know, but it's working because it was something new. So that when Peter says be creative or Sheila says be creative and what would make you click, write that down because you never know what's going to just go boom and get an unbelievable response.
Yep.
And
All
I'm
right,
telling
Miss.
I'm telling
Sorry.
you guys, yeah, mistakes draw people. If you read your ad and say, oh, there's a mistake and you correct it, sometimes that mistake is what's going to draw your next big person in your business. Is going to be your next gold nugget. Mistakes are good sometimes in advertising. So don't always be perfect. Sometimes you need to be perfect in your imperfection. It draws
Eat
people.
more chicken.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Where's the beef? Where's the beef?
Yeah.
Silly
Eat more
is
chicken.
good.
It's all
Silly
spelled
is
wrong.
good.
Yep. All right, Miss Rita Stanley, you've got another question?
I do. I've been using USA Net and CA Net, and my pictures aren't showing up. Does anybody have a clue as to why?
You're putting the picture there and it's letting you post it, but if you go back and
Picture
check, you don't
doesn't
see.
show up, right?
It could be your resolution on your camera, or it could be the resolution that you're saving it to, even though it's going to post. Because I have a student that's his is not showing up on classifieds, and it could be that when you're uploading your picture or your image, your internet connection's too slow, and that's the way it saves on that platform. So sometimes it could, if you got a ton of if you have a ton of tabs open, then it's slowing down your quality and also the consistency of your uploads. And that's the way it's going to save on that platform. So
Thanks,
if
Sheila.
it doesn't save all the way, yep. So
Yeah, I'm notorious for lots of tabs open.
Yeah, so don't do that. If you're posting, you should only have your template up and the site you're posting to.
Okay.
And that should be it. That way you have the best quality of your computer system going in.
Thank you.
Look at that. That's funny. Somebody's being funny. It says Niall Eddy said wrong size, and there's another Niall Eddy in here. Funny. Who's that? Who's that other Niall Eddy? Go ahead, unmute. Who's the other?
But there's two things before we get to Renee, is that the first thing I do when I post my first ad is I make sure that my HTTPS is clickable and it goes to where I want it to go. Okay. Now, if the pictures aren't showing up, and you think there's a problem, but they don't say, it didn't upload the picture, you can send that to someone and say, hey, click on my ad and see if the pictures are showing up. Okay. And if they're showing up, then you're okay, right? Because if they don't say, hey, it's not uploading, I would think that they're uploaded, but you just can't see them for some reason.
Right.
Does that make sense, Sheila?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because every ad that you post has a link. So exactly that. If you're not, you can even send it to someone. If you have multiple computers or even your iPhone, go look on your iPhone, click the link, send it to yourself, pull up your Facebook, pull up your email, send it in an email, then click it off with your phone. And then if it shows up there, then you know it's your computer resolution that's kind of wonky at that time.
Perfect. Okay. Renee.
Okay, thank you. This is just a little something I wanted to ask. If it's the wrong time, just let me know. Cleaned my Mac, and it knocked all of my memes out. The ones that we have when we're doing a page and we want to add a meme, and it's on our, that little black back folder, it kind of threw them all away. Or did it just put them someplace else? Do you know anything? Did that happen to anybody besides me?
Yeah, this is a long time to ask.
Yeah, get with your instructor.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's just above my pay grade. I don't know the answer.
Yeah, if it's your computer that wiped it out, then if it's your drop down or Dropbox, then you just have to log into your Dropbox and they're there. It didn't remove them. It's still in your Dropbox in the cloud. If it removed them off of your media, you'll have to get with tech support.
Okay, no problem. Thank you guys so much.
Mm-hmm.
We got a David Walker.
Hey, David.
Yeah, what's the best picture size and resolution to use on your ads?
So resolution, I don't know. Pictures were. You always
So
have that
it
written
depends on
down on the report.
the site. Yeah, it depends on the site. Most sites will usually take a pretty good size. You can structure it any way you want to. If you just download, usually it takes it. I know US net ads has to be less than 800 pixels for it to upload properly. So most of my ads, when I post pictures, I have them sized to either a Facebook post or an Instagram post. And then I go and resize them to the 800. I usually use a 650 by 300 or 650 by 500 for my resize for US net ads. And that's in pixels. That we usually get everything in. But I use Canva, but if you just copy it from Google, you're usually pretty good on most of the uploads for our sites that we advertise to, except for US net ads. That would be one that you would probably have to go in and resize the majority of them because it has to be less than 800 pixels.
Now, is that 150 bits or 300 bits on the picture resolution?
I don't know about the bits and the resolution. If you go to, what is it? I use Canva, but there's also Paint and Paint 3D. You can go in and you can actually structure it to go to pixels and it will fix it.
And
Tom's in chat saying the pixels are 200 px by 200 px.
200, yeah, 200. I know that's the ones on our site. We have to do the 200 resolution.
Yeah, now that's the same size resolution on pictures on our web pages too now.
No, web pages, we can do whatever size we want to because you have the ability to structure and resize your images right there on site.
I think Tom should do the research, do the homework, come back with all that information for all of us. Seeing how you opened up that can of worms, David. I mean, David, not Tom.
Yeah, because you got 300 bits. I got some pictures on my computer that 2,400 bits, and I got some pictures 600 bits. I know some websites they don't take over 300 bits on a picture. Makes a big difference, like when you're faxing a document. Whether you do it as 150 bits or 600 bits, it doubles the size of the document. I didn't know that was the same on the.
You can give us good feedback after you do the research. Tell us what the majority of the ads want and use, and then hopefully maybe you could be a part of the next class we have on this and share that information with everybody, because I'm not a techie either, David. But that's good to know, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people out there that want to know.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, bud. All right, I have 174 witnesses that said you're going to look that up and share it all with us. Who's left? Karen Needham, and I think that's probably about it, guys. Go ahead, 952. Peter, it's up to you.
On the thing with the size of the images, I tried to use an image I had in an ad once and put it on Pinterest, and Pinterest requires a minimum of 1,500 by 1,000 for their pictures for a pin. So you probably just need to have multiple sizes of the same picture.
Yeah, and that's where Paint comes in so easy. Canva, yes. Obviously, but Paint is, everybody has Paint on there if they have a PC. So that comes in so handy just to size that the right way that different platform requires. And like I say, guys, all the different platforms we use have different rules and regulations. And
but David's going to put that all together for us, right?
Yeah. David's going to put that all out. He's going to have a whole presentation next week and get that all done for us. But yeah, we just, this is what we do. We have to just adapt and adjust, it's what we do. It's awesome. So anyway.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay, guys, someone just asked me in Skype and chat, do I have to have Google AdSense to start posting ads? The answer is no.
No.
You're brand new. As soon as you finish your very first page, you should post an ad to that page. As you finish each page, run an ad to that page. Having your site completely done and every page with unique content is about indexing you and getting Google AdSense to agree to advertise on your site. But you can advertise as soon as that page is personalized to you with your links, the tracking link or your affiliate link, advertise that page. As soon as you finish it, advertise it.
Thank you for saying that now, because that's something important that we all need to realize, is that as we're advertising, that has to be done. You finish one page, you advertise it. That's it. Go, 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 go. Then we go to the next one. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? And you know, you don't have to have 3 pages done to advertise, just one. Just one. And that's so important for what we do, especially this time of the year, right?
It's good practice. It's getting you acclimated to being used to doing that. And we have what, 45, 47 pages in the new template. So by the time you finish 47 pages, you've already run 40, a minimum of 47 ads. And you feel more comfortable with that, and you learn more about that. You're writing, and you get different ad bodies, different stuff, and then you can really start pouring it on toward the end.
Yeah, and then you learn faster, right? So you learn how to edit the page, put your links in, post it, go to the next one, edit, you know, da-da-da-da, post, edit, da-da-da, post, edit, da-da-da, post, done and done. And then, because we got more Cash Network Direct things coming out too, right? We can't wait. We got to go. Got to keep posting. So,
All right, Peter, I think that's all the questions, man.
Yeah. All right.
Great job. Thank you very much. Thank everybody who asked the question, because that made the training even better. Questions is what gets the information out there. And always remember that if you have a question, don't be afraid to ask it, because there's probably 50 other people that have that same question.
Absolutely.
That's what makes this all this magic.
There is no wrong question. There is no wrong question.
Linda, you and I are thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
No such thing.
Thanks, Peter.
Okay, thanks,
Miles, Sheila.
I'm going to end this call then, all right?